Solo Leveling's second season has delivered the long-awaited Jeedju Island arc, a storyline that stands out as one of the most intense and memorable in the entire manhwa. From the moment the S-rank hunters land on the island, the tension is palpable. They know they're up against a colossal army of ants, but nothing can prepare them for the true terror lurking beneath the surface: the Ant King himself. What's up, anime fans and manhwa readers? The Solo Leveling hype train stops for no one, and just a few weeks after our last update/recap, we're sad to report that Season 2 is over. The highly acclaimed second season was incredible as the rest of the show, and we can safely say we have a hit on our hands. The first season of Solo Leveling was decent, but many fans, myself included, saw the potential but felt it didn't quite reach the highs it could have. After Season 2, though, I grudgingly admit the manhwa readers, me, are right, and I know it gets better from here on out, especially since everyone was introduced to the monarchs. Moving on to today's order of business, we have the Jeedju Island arc and the battle between Jin Wu and the Ant King. Not to be confused with the Chimera Ant King, who also happened to reign supreme over an army of ant soldiers on a secluded island on a totally different show. Seriously, what's up with villains and ant themes? I mean, look at these little buggers. Do they look evil to you? Anyway, the Ant King in Solo Leveling is more than just a powerful adversary. He's the Ant Queen's ultimate weapon, designed to conquer humanity. Unlike the typical hive mind of ordinary ants, he's a singular, evolved being with a humanoid form, incredible speed, and overwhelming strength. And we see this come to play on the very day of his birth, when he begins slaughtering S-rank hunters with abilities that render even the most seasoned warriors helpless. His speed is so blistering that no hunter can track his movements, his strength so crushing that a single blow can decapitate an elite before anyone realizes what's happened. But we're getting ahead of ourselves here. Let's take it from the top. In response to the escalating crisis on the island, the Korean Hunters Association mobilized 16 of the top S-rank hunters, including a bunch of Japan's finest, for another raid. Expectations were high as they believe their combined firepower and experience will tip the scales in humanity's favor. Jin Wu was invited to join the squad multiple times, but after his ordeal at the Demon Castle in the last arc, he didn't really want to participate. Regardless, the operation commences as planned and with some of the strongest hunters in the world. What could possibly go wrong? As it turned out, a lot. The Korean S-rank hunters managed to take down the Ant Queen, only to discover she's already given birth to an even more formidable Ant King. This new threat rips through their formation, knocking out Cha Hae-in and wounding several others before brutally killing Min Byung-gyu, the team's healer. The tables turn, and the hunters soon realize that they've become the hunted. They aren't just fighting for victory anymore, they're fighting for survival. As swarms of ants close in, Goto Ryuji steps up to face the Ant King, but he and 6 of his fellow Japanese hunters are quickly overwhelmed. Sensing the mission slipping into catastrophe, Jin Wu, initially reluctant to step in, deploys his shadow soldiers, trading places with one of them to jump straight into the battle. What makes the Ant King particularly chilling is his mindset. He isn't merely hunting for food, he's hunting for a worthy opponent. And, as you know, if an anime villain has this mindset, you're cooked unless you're the protagonist. Each defeated hunter only serves to inflate his ego. He begins to believe himself invincible, the apex predator in a world that cowers before him, but this bubble of arrogance shatters the moment he senses Jin Wu's presence on the island. For the first time, the Ant King confronts someone who doesn't flinch at his power, a challenger who remains unbroken after taking a direct punch to the face. His shock is the hunter's first real glimmer of hope. Jin Wu administers his healing potions to the wounded Korean hunters, but Cha Hae-in's injuries prove too severe to mend. His shadow army holds the ant swarms at bay until the Ant King reappears. In their battle, Jin Wu's superior speed and strength quickly overwhelm the creature. Even its attempt to poison him fails. The Ant King then undergoes a rapid evolution and briefly pushes Jin Wu back until Jin Wu taps into his full power. From that moment on, the duel becomes a showcase of Jin Wu's growth. Every one of the Ant King's devastating abilities is met with equal or greater resilience. Jin Wu easily tanks a storm of blows, devastating energy blasts, and lightning-fast strikes, all while maintaining perfect composure. Of course, he can't afford to lose aura points even when he's under attack. Eventually, the Ant King, recognizing his mistake, attempts to flee, but Jin Wu uses his ruler's authority to pin him down and deliver the final blow. The Ant King summons reinforcements, but Jin Wu answers with his own shadow army, cutting down the horde before rushing back to Heiyin's side. He thinks of using the elixir of life, but it's useless against her grave wounds. In his moment of desperation, Jin Wu hears a mysterious voice calling his name. Turns out, it belongs to Min Byung-yu, the healer. Jin Wu raises him as a shadow, and Byung-yu's spirit instantly heals Cha Heiyin's fatal wounds. Acknowledging Byung-yu's resentment for violence, Jin Wu releases his soul and orders the other hunters to evacuate by helicopter. He remains behind to destroy the remaining eggs and straggler ants. Jin Wu resurrects the Ant King and names him Beru, then orders him to lead the slaughter of the remaining ants while Jin Wu mounts Kaizul to help clear the infestation. Days later, the media hails Jin Wu as Jeju Island's savior, though some question why he arrived so late. He announces to Chairman Go his plans to go off and form his own guild. Unlike other shadows in Jin Wu's army, Beru retains a distinct personality, which is a development that I quite like. Once a merciless predator, he becomes an unlikely companion. He's capable of making autonomous decisions, and, spoiler alert, later on in the story when he's tasked with taking care of Jinna, Beru takes to watching Korean dramas in his downtime, absorbing and mimicking their over-the-top emotional cues. This unexpected hobby of his influences his behavior, making him way more expressive, like a maladjusted roommate with his tics and quirks. I can't wait to see where Solo Leveling takes us with its third season. I already know, I read the manhwa, but if the two monarchs that popped up at the end of this season are of any indication, then we can expect some more action headed Jin Wu's way by the time it rolls around. As the Solo Leveling hype train continues to barrel down the tracks, I'll be seated for the ride the entire way. Choo-choo! Anyway, that's all I have for today, folks. Do you agree with my take? Maybe there are some cool things about the Jeju Island arc that I left out. Let me know what you think in the comments section below. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and ring the notification bell to get regular updates on new videos. I make awesome anime and manga content like this every week, so be sure to check them out. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.